Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all staying safe, staying well, and most of all, fighting that war against the grey. So, I like to do these videos a little bit after reveals. I feel it gives everyone a bit of time to cool down. A couple of them have been quite hotly debated, to say the least. And these Lumineths seem to really be striking people on both sides of the spectrum of good and bad, and really creating quite emotive responses. Regardless of what's released, regardless of how different this was from previous Lumineth models, they're really just quite divisive of a army. But I think I was talking about this with a friend on how like the divisiveness of an army and the fact it creates strong responses on both good and bad is actually a good thing for the army, because it means people are creating a sort of either a really strong connection or a really strong hate, and both of those are good because both of those create conversation about said army. If the army just falls in the middle and everyone's like, yeah, it's cool, it really doesn't do anything, and the army probably won't sell, probably won't be popular in any way. You'll have a few people that always, like it, but it doesn't really do anything if it only creates a as a response. But anyway, we got another model revealed for the Lumineth Realmlords. They were nice enough at the bottom of the article to put Scinari Cathallar. Is what she is. She is a wizard. Effectively, let's go through from darkness to, well, more darkness, but mixed with light. We also have another Lumineth Realmlords model to show you. And they show us this. This is a Scinari Cathallar. I'm really hoping I'm nailing that name. I'm trying my best. It is a GW's liked making up words with these Lumineth, and they're really, really pushing it with some of these. She plays a vital role in Lumineth society. All Lumineth use Aether Quartz. You can see the Aether Quartz on the smaller picture with the little goblet, or whatever you want to call it, canister, whatever it is. Word escaped me. Smoking there. The Realm Stone of Haish, which gives them enlightenment of mind, body, and spirit. But this has a price, and the elves pay by siphoning the turbulent emotions into the Aether Quartz. In battle, Scinari Cathallars weaponize this emotion, drawing it from their allies and turning it against their enemies. Foes are rendered helpless by the overwhelming rush of despair and darkness. This character model is a fascinating contrast to the rest of the Lumineth Realmlords range. She is representing the shadow cast by Teclis's light. It's quite dark compared to the rest of the models we've seen. It's painted in like almost reverse sort of colours, where that dark blue is the predominant colour on these. I really, really love the model personally. I think there were like multiple parts that people didn't like, but I like the over-the-topness of the Lumineth. I don't care for models and how they walk through doors. That's not what I care about in my fantasy. I really like small little touches. Like I like how she's not wearing shoes. This is someone who's supposed to be trying to connect so wholly with their realm that she's got nothing separating her from the realm itself. So like the no shoes is just like a little, like real little nice touch and nod to like something cool like that. On the other bits, like I really like the veil. That's going to be interesting to paint, and I wanted to give it a crack, and I want to see some techniques on how you create that effect. But there's also some cool magic-y stuff coming out from the Aether Quartz in that cup. And the headdress is really cool, as well as the belt dress, I guess we call it. But I quite like this model a lot. I think there's a lot to it. And that's like the whole Lumineth range. I like the over-the-topness of Age of Sigmar. I like the silliness of the models and stuff like that. So this always is going to appeal to me. I understand it's not for everyone. But she's not the last model we're going to see. Well, we might have seen the last models potentially, but we haven't seen all the variations of all the models yet. Because we know there was a leaked picture looking at the war pics that sort of was released by Games Workshop's Instagram for a split second and then taken down. The war pics on the Stone Guard. But there's still little bits to come, maybe more. We don't quite know yet. GW seem to really be stretching out all these reveals, which is understandable because they've just had extra time added to the lockdown in the UK, so we really don't know when we're going to see more models being produced, let alone be able to get more models shipped to us. But yeah, she really does look dark and sort of shady compared to the rest of the Lumineth range, and so she's quite cool in that aspect. The last thing is they sort of mentioned, and this is really interesting, they mentioned that she makes opposing armies take your battle shock tests. So it'll be interesting to see how that mechanic works, because battle shock is one of those things that seems to just get ignored so much of the time in Age of Sigmar at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if this ability of hers is sort of can bring back battle shock meaning something, or whether, like battle shock in general, it is for a large part of a lot of games now just something that's not really used. So I'm and ahhing about what that ability might be and whether or not it's actually going to have any use on the tabletop, to be honest. She's a cool model though, and I'm a big fan, so I'd like to know what you think of the new model, what you think of the Lumineth in general. You know, positive or negative, keep it civil. We don't all have to like the same thing, but we can at least be nice to each other and when we're talking about it. But anyway, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And what else are you hoping to see from the Lumineth Realmlords range before they come out at us like a quick elf spear to the throat? Catch you all soon.